So I'm going to be taking you through the foam roller for the quads. Now, with the foam rolling for the quads, I generally have a few different principles of how I start on the foam roller to how I'm going to finish. Generally, just to ease into the pressure of the foam roller, we can just start with some general rolling, some very slow rolling up and down both of the quads. Just coming back and forth. Now we're just using this initial stage just to gauge that pressure, and we're going to get the quads a little bit more used to the pressure for what we're going to then do afterwards, which is taking it up a notch. Now we can do this on both legs, we can do it on a single leg. Might find that to get certain elements of the quad, like to get onto the side, we might need to roll a little bit onto the side and then just do one leg at a time. Make sure to get all of the different parts of the quads as well, not just that one little midline of the quad. So after I've done this general rolling for about 30 seconds to a minute or so, I can then start to add in some movement of the quads. So I'm actually going to start on one segment of the quad, and then I'm going to start bending my legs, bringing my heels towards my bum. I can do one leg at the same time, I can do both legs at the same time. Once I've done this a couple little times or so, then I'm going to roll up a little bit onto the next segment of the quad. So about an inch or two. And then again, providing some movement here, bringing my heel towards my bum, and then I'm going to move up again, about an inch or two, and again, until I get all the way down to just above the knee. And then I can start rolling back up again, whilst bringing in some of that movement, bringing the heel towards the bum here. I can also add in some squeezing, tensing sensations into the quads whilst I'm doing this rolling, and whilst I'm also bending my leg back and forth. All of this just to get a little bit extra blood flow rushed towards the quads. One of the benefits of why I would recommend using the foam roller, just to get some extra blood flow to the targeted area, increase the tolerance to stretching or pain if you've got some sort of niggling injury here and there. But it's important to take your time and not to rush this foam rolling. And if I'm on the sides, I can still bend my leg back and forth a little bit as I'm moving up and down the foam roller. If you do notice that there's one particular part that is just a bit more tender than others, then of course we can spend a little bit of time on there. But I like to start with general rolling, about 30 seconds to a minute or so, and then we start to add in some movement with the legs, particularly in any area of restriction that we're in. So if I'm finding it really difficult to bend my heel towards my bum, then I'm going to start doing that, a lot of that, whilst I'm using the foam roller. Adding in that extra tensing sensation just to get more targeted blood flow towards the area